Hey Scrapbookers, it's Katie Scott, and you're not going to see my face tonight. It's been a long day. But I wanted to do my dozen day, so I'm going to do it kind of quick. I have been scrapbooking like so many pages this last month, which has been really fun. I'm doing the Big Idea Festival over at Big Picture Classes. I've been doing lots of posts for Get It Scrapped. I made my local scrapbook store, Whimsidoodles design team, so I've been making some stuff with Jenny Bolin for them. And then I applied, I haven't really done this before, I don't think I've ever done this, I applied to scrapbook manufacturer design teams. So I applied to Jilly Bean, Jenny Bolin, and Bella Boulevard, and I'm planning to submit an application to Lily Bee. So I have my fingers crossed on all those things. I figured I would put all this scrappy productivity to good use. So hopefully, I will be able to report back on those and have maybe I don't know. I think I have a chance, but I'm not getting my hopes up. But I have my fingers crossed. So here's my first page. It's called Still Justified, and this went along with the Big Picture Classes made Ella part of it, Ella Publishing by Angie Lucas, part of its companies. And so the first e-zine that Ella did had a layout by me on the cover called Justified, and it was a picture of my daughter squirting my son with the hose. And so that was in 2009. So here we are in the summer of 2012, and the journaling on this page says, "This story started in 2006 when Max squirted Allison with a faucet at a park, and continued in 2009 when Allie learned how to turn on the hose. Here we are in 2012, and Mac is prepared," and you can see he's wearing like a diver's mask, and he totally enjoys this craziness. They both do. And so one funny thing was during the Big Picture Festival, Kathy Zilski was talking about how we shouldn't do confessional scrapbooking, which would include statements like, "My kids are driving me crazy and I want to run away with the pool boy." And so I put a message on the board saying, I don't want to run away with the pool boy. I just want him to babysit my kids. So I took some photos with Instagram. I've been so addicted to Instagram lately. And so I incorporated all of that, all of those ideas into one scrapbook page. This also incorporates the bright neon colors and I heat embossed that. I know you can't tell, but we did it, and so Allison and I were pretty proud of that. But I thought it matched her swimsuit. But I love bright colors with like really boring neutrals. And one of the reasons I like that so well is that's kind of how I dress for work. I'll wear like a boring gray or black or dress or suit usually when I'm not wearing my red dress, and then my purse is usually like hot pink. So I'll go for like pretty conservative, but then I'll have a couple touches of crazy color. So I really like to do that. I've seen a lot of that in scrapbooking lately, and I've been really happy to see it. It just really suits my personality. I love it. So I had an incident earlier right before this where, can you see my fingernails? So that's number one. This will be number two. I opened a bottle of Spritz, like Smooch, and then it flew out of my hand and I dropped it and it went everywhere. So I had to use that. So I'm going to consider like all of that craziness. And so I just got finished painting like all sorts of things that I will use on something soon. That'll be number two. I don't think I have quite 12 layouts here, although like I said, I've been doing so many layouts. It's crazy. I mean, it's awesome, but it's kind of crazy. Okay, so number two is, then two other things I've been involved with. One is the Studio Challenges by Amanda Jones, and then the other one is the Counterfeit Kit Club Challenge, and I think this layout was part of their August kit, maybe. And what they do is, it's not a kit that you buy. It's basically they'll take an existing design or an existing kit club and then basically have you copy it with your existing supplies and then create layouts. And it's really a lot of fun to play along with. And there, you know, there's lots of different styles of folks that are on there. And so I am becoming more involved with them, and I'm really enjoying that quite a bit. So that was part of this page was part of that, and I liked all the numbers in here because they're on their iPhones. My husband just bought something for his iPhone, so I had that iPhone sticker, and I was like, hey, can I use that? And then this was Jelly Bean Soup, and I've been using a lot of their things because I did their design team application and had lots of their stuff out. It was fun to play with that stuff. I really, really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. This has some Jelly Bean in it, so here's number 4. We're going to call this 4. And I did 2 of these pages. My mother saw this and said, oh, I'd like a page just like it. So I started with my counterfeit kit club, and then my mom saw it, and then I actually made a whole nother page almost exactly like it, and then I posted them up on my blog side by side, and it's really fun to look at both of them and like how the different colors make things change. And so usually I wouldn't use the same photos, but in that case I did, and it was really fun to see like, oh, well, I don't know, it was just really fun to do 2 layouts of the same exact thing but do them slightly differently. I thought that was super fun. I'm going to stop counting because I always lose count anyways. This was, I think this layout here, this is an Instagram picture, but I think this was a scrap lift of Bella Boulevard layout, and the next couple are, which is what I used for my design team application. And so these little dots here I made with paint or ink, like stamper ink and an eraser. I thought that was kind of fun. So that's just like a back to school simple little layout. This is another scrap lift of a Bella Boulevard layout, and one of their design team application like requirements was to use their products, and I even went down to Whimsidoodle and asked, you know, but I couldn't really find anything, and I thought I had stuff. Go. No. See you later. There. I was on the 12 chat earlier today, and one of the things I was saying was that I always let my kids in here, and so my son just came in and he was like, I really want to draw. And usually I say, sure, come on in. But I just said no, because I want to get through this. Okay, the cutest thing I thought was the little bumblebee stamp. But this is another Bella Boulevard layout. I should probably stop and make a part 2. I'm going to do that. But the wasp nests were, we found those when we were preparing for the hurricane. Hurricane Isaac, I think it was. And then a busy little bumblebee and just our front gate. And it says, busy Florida bees, back to school, hurricane season, and brought out lots of wasps and bumblebees. So I'm going to pause, and there'll be a part 2. I am Katie Scott with Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking, if you're wondering who is talking. It is me.